Hi, my name is Brian Richards, and I am an assembly performer. What that is I go into schools and churches and I share faith-based messages with kids in an assembly program. I offer a number of programs. One is called God's Greatest Gift, where we talk about the unique gifts that each of us is given and that we need to share them with one another. I talk about the power of prayer, where I talk about how important prayer is in our daily lives. Number 3 is called The Magic of Faith, where I talk about this precious gift that has been given to us called faith. I also talk about having an attitude of gratitude. It's a program that's called A Thankful Heart. I also have a program called The Never Ending Story, which is an interactive program that talks about Bible stories. And last but certainly not least, I have a new program that I actually introduced last year called Igniting Your Potential. And where does Christ fit in? And what this is really a program geared towards junior and senior high kids that talks about goal setting and talks about success and also integrates how Christ fits into all of those elements. The reason for this video is fourfold. Number 1, I wanted to introduce myself to those of you who may not be familiar with me. Number 2, for those of you who do know me and are familiar with my programs and have enjoyed them year after year after year, I want to encourage you to call as soon as possible because we need to talk about dates because, as you know, I do over 275 programs a year and my calendar packs quickly. So for those particular days that you have in mind, whether that be a family event or maybe it's a sacramental prep event, people have had me out for those too. Whatever the case may be, get in touch with me so we can talk about dates and get it on the book before it's too late. I also want to let you know that if you hurry and call me before September 15th, you could save $50. I didn't have a $50 bill, so I'm using Monopoly money. But once September 15th comes along, that tears it, man. I'm getting rid of the special discount. That's the end. No special discount after September 15th. So don't forget to call me before then, because even though I use magic in my programs, I can't magically make this come back. Well, actually I can. You see, I use magic in my programs to connect with the kids, and that's what makes my program so special. And as you can see, the $50 bill is back together. Well, it is back together. It's just a little messed up. But that's not important. What's important is that you get in touch with me before September 15th, because then you can save $50. And I'm also introducing something new this year that I haven't done before. I also do a lot of programs in public schools. And when I do those programs, I have something called a teacher packet, or I call it No Teacher Left Behind packet. And what that is items that they can use in the classroom to reinforce what they learned from my presentation. Let me just share one for an example. For the presentation on prayer, the power of prayer, I have a sheet that talks about God always answers prayers, and it has a little chart, and that even though He answers it, He doesn't always say yes. And so for number 1, for the red stoplight, I say, no, stop. I have something better in mind, which means God has other plans. That's why maybe He isn't answering your prayer. Number 2, wait. Trust in my perfect timing. It means God has a plan. And finally, yes, go. This is my hope and will for you. So it's just a chart for kids to understand that sometimes when we think a prayer isn't answered, it is answered. It just may not be the answer we expect. I also include bookmarks. This is kind of fun. You just print it on heavy paper, cut it out, and each child gets a bookmark. A parent letter to talk about the event so they know what we talk about. Here are fun ideas for prayer to use with the family that you can send home or use in the classroom. 8 different ways to pray, because I talk about that there are many different ways to pray. Here's a activity sheet, a Lord's Prayer word search. 4 helpful ideas on prayer, again, can be used in the classroom or at home. And also a No Teacher Left Behind sheet for the teachers to review to find out what's in the packets. So that's something I'm adding to each of my programs. So when you book a show with me, you get a promotional packet which will promote the event to everybody. And then you'll also get this No Teacher Left Behind packet so that they'll be able to carry on what they learn at the assembly in the classroom. Now, I've always done that with public schools, but I haven't done that with churches and private schools in the past. So I've added that. The price of my show has not changed. It's the same price. I haven't upped the price at all. It's $2.95 for a half hour, $3.95 for an hour. And again, if you book before September 15th, you take $50 off, so it's $2.45 or $3.45. That's really what I want to do, just hit you quick and let you know about this stuff and the new things that are happening. And next week you'll be receiving a postcard from me that will remind you about all this. I really hope that I get the chance to share one of my programs with your groups this year. It's a blessing to be doing this for a living, and I look forward to meeting you for the first time or continuing our relationship as the years go by. Thanks so much, and God bless.